Hello humankind, my name's Steve Appleyard, and I'm going to read you a bit of poetry out, some writings that I've done, and then we'll probably have a little talk and see how we're doing. This is called Make Ready. Beneath the crest of broken wave lay the underlying brave, ready for, at last, a break, when both hands the chance shall take. Cast over your eyes as brave man stands to speak the words of motherland, and aiding he those heartily felt who hear the words of wisdom dealt. So come ye all amidst the gathered, smile for them who feel the Father, see the Father, live the Father, awaken to the one that calls, make ready for when evil falls. This is called Great Spirit in Abundance. Great Spirit in abundance alights the light of day, and prepares the souls for eventide, as tides do ebb away. And forest of 1,000 dreams awakes at last of day, the grievance of a multitude for them to have their say. The players of the hand of God shall play to their delight, the songs of kindred spirits past to bring them into sight. And love and peace come swiftly to the man of fallen foe, and laughter in a multitude plays as the candle glows. The heathens that are spirits create a time of woe for you, but only if the way is not blocked as to allow them through. A step in the right direction is to what you took, my friend, so just you keep to walking, again and again and again. Fast comes the calling, swift as the bird, louder than the loudest cry that man has ever heard. Crumbling of gateway, allowing goodness through, deluge of 1 billion souls who know not what to do. Feast on times of goodness, put worry to the rear, and love with all of your worldly good for every day of year. Reach out to the Father and leave your sins behind, for lessons you have learned, my son, 'tis time to stretch your stride. What does that mean? To be honest, I don't know. A lot of it sounds biblical to me, but I just write and it comes through. So it's coming from somewhere. I don't think that I'm, that clever, really. I just write it. I'm just a receiver, transmitter receiver, yeah. So, and that's what happens. It's like sometimes when we connect, it just flows, And there are people out there who channel messages from somewhere else, or, the channel, from a higher dimensional beings, or, somewhere else, different dimensions. So, it's all about being open to, I'm not going to say persuasion. Absolutely not. No, it's about being open to possibilities. That's what it is. That's what it is. Being open-minded. When we're blinkered and we're just focusing on this is how it is, there's no room for anything else. It's very limited. Very, very limited. And there's so much information at your fingertips. So much information at your fingertips now with the internet. There really is, And it's other points of view, isn't it? It's other points of view. It's possibilities. If we just say, right, well, this happened and that's the way it is, we're not opening ourselves up for expansion. It's just limitation, isn't it? So, when things happen, right, when things happen and you personally experience them, things that go bump in the night, or, if you see something, or, the energy, whatever labels they've been given, then that really is up to you as to whether you want to acknowledge that, or if it scares the shit out of you. if you don't want to give it, the focus, because sometimes you don't want to give it the focus because it can be scary. But at the end of it, in my opinion, there really is nothing to be afraid of. Not really. In my opinion, excuse me, the body is just a shell. We occupy this shell for a particular amount of time, which is no time at all in all eternity. And we experience and we learn, and then, then the energy that occupies this body goes back to the source, whatever it is, whatever name it is. The universe, the creator, the great divine, whatever name that is being labelled. There's so many different labels, But that's just an opinion. It's just my opinion. Each and every one of you have a right to your opinions. Each and every one of you has a right to put your point of view across. The others, who you're putting the opinion out to, have a right not to take on board what you are selling. They've got a right. You can't force people into believing what you say is so. That's not the way, is it? That's not born through love, is it? In the past, when people have been told to believe in one particular religion or another, and they haven't believed in that religion or another, or they've questioned that religion or another, and what's happened? They've been burnt at the stake as witches. They've been crucified. They've been, drowned. They've been stoned to death. And I'm not on about with a big reefer. No. They've been persecuted and murdered. And why? Because they had a difference of opinion. Right, okay. So you will believe this. What we say is so, because it says so here in this book. Well, we are here to challenge. We are here to question. We are ultimately here to expand through unity. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. It's not my opinion. Don't resonate with you. Put your hopes down. Put your hopes away. Put your stones down. It's all right, People have a right to an opinion. And people have a right not to listen to that opinion as well. That's the main thing, isn't it? My dad he was in the war, the Great Second World War. He's no longer with us. He hasn't been with us for many years. And he always said to me, live and let live. He was a sharpshooter. They called it what they called a sharpshooter. I don't think he was a sniper. It's just that he could shoot things a long way off, you know. I never asked him if he'd taken any life. I knew that he would have. I knew being a sharpshooter, I know he most definitely would have. But all Dad wanted to do when he came, as I knew him growing up, was to go out and provide for his family and do his gardening. He loved his garden. He loved his garden. Then he got a little dog and he loved his little dog, you know. And that was it. And when we were talking about things, you know, not the war, but when we were talking about, you know, the world in general, live and let live. That's what my dad used to say. Yeah. And he was a very loving man. And that loving man had to play his part from 1939 to 1945. So, you know, it kind of makes you think, you know, that people, once they have had those experiences and they've seen the hell on earth and the death and destruction and all of them, then why would they not want for everybody to live in peace? There's nothing more to be learnt through pain and suffering. I said it in the last video, I think, or one before that, whatever. But there really isn't. So, you know, let's all get on. Let's all just get on. Let's all just get on. Let's all get on. Because we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Let's just all get on together. You know, let's help each other. Help each other. You know, this world with its, at the moment, that is crumbling, the systems that are crumbling, the vast amounts of money and wealth that are just, could change the planet. You know, they could change the planet. They could change how everybody lives. There's that much in the world. There's no reason why anybody should go without. There's no reason why. There's no reason why anybody should go without water, sanitation, you know, food, home, you know, warmth. There's no reason why. And it needs to change. And do you know what's not going to change it? Pointing the finger, saying it's their fault, it's his fault, it's that political party's fault, it's that political party's fault. And fighting. It's about time that you woke up to the fact that confrontation does not achieve anything. It just brings about more confrontation. It's time to stop it. It's time for us all to live a life of peace and abundance. There's enough there for everybody. Everybody. No exceptions. No exceptions. We can change this world. All of us. All of us. All of us. All of us. Anyway, thank you for listening. I go on a bit, don't I? But anyway. Alright, well, I wish you nothing but peace and love. And let's all pull together. you know, and carry on giving people compliments. Carry on helping people. Carry on. Because it works. Bye for now. Bye.